Good morning, dear students, and warm welcome to our 24th online e-commerce class. In today's session, we will discuss about the security issues in electronic payment system, that is the online payment system. While we discussing about the different online payment system, we go through the word security, that is the security of different online payment system and the online payment instruments. So, security is the main merit of different online payment instruments. In the same way, it will give demerits also. So, security is an important word in the online payment system. So, it refers to the policies and the procedures and the technical measures and to prevent unauthorized access, alteration, theft or physical damage of information system. So, in today's class, our topic is the digital security. What is the meaning of the digital? That is the electronization or the electrical diversion of the paper document by using different devices and using the encrypted data by using the computer language. So, it refers to the policies and the procedures and the technical measures and to prevent unauthorized access by the hackers or the fraud people and alteration or theft or physical damage of our information, the informations which are included or embossed in our device. And there are different or three objectives of this information security. What are the three objectives in the information security? That is, first of all, the availability objective, confidentiality objective and the integrity objective. These are the three objectives to be monitored at the time of discussing the security information. So, what are the three objectives? The availability, confidentiality and the integrity. Then also we must discuss in detail 12 security issues in online payment system like the virus, worms, hacking, phishing, pharming, spyware, malware, etc. It is to be studied by all students while discussing about the online payment system. Okay, so this is our topic in today's class. So, let us start our class, that is the introduction about the security issues which are faced by the society at the time of making electronic payment. So, first of all, in the traditional period, while we using the paper documents, all the transactions or all the informations are recordically maintained by the employees or the users. So, there is a safety or the security is maintained by the business organization because there is a proof. The proof is maintained by the employees of the business organization. So, all have proof, that is an important one. It is a paper one, paper documents which are maintained directly by the employees or the users of this particular payment system. So, there must be maintained different records, different files and different recordical transactions, that is cash book or bank book or ledger book or subsidiary books. It is to be maintained by all business organizations to record their business transactions as well as the organizational details or organizational informations. But in today, it is all the transactions or all the informations it is changed to the electronic system. There is no paper documents, it is recorded or maintained or filed by the employees or the business organization. So, in the e-commerce environment, information related to the payments is transmitted electronically by using different devices like the computers or any other smartphones or the laptops, and as such it can easily to accessible to any number of peoples, that is the all public or all the societies, including the outsiders. Hence, the data in computers are more liable to destruction, fraud, error and misuse. That is a main drawback of the electronic system. Since payment information is so valuable, it is to be stored and maintained. Its security is all the more important other kinds of tangible assets. What is the meaning of a tangible asset? Tangible asset is physically and recordically maintained by all business organization. We can visible all the assets in your organization, that is a tangible asset. These tangible assets are important kind of an asset in the organizational context. Therefore, it is highly essential to protect this valuable information. So, the electronic data or the electronic informations are maintained like a tangible asset. Therefore, it is highly essential to protect its valuable information against loss, damage or disclosure. Positive change brought about by the e-payment system is always highlighted, but we cannot ignore the disadvantages of electronic payment system. We already studied different demerits or different disadvantages of different online payment systems. So, one must be aware of the privacy and security concerns raised by the electronic payment system. So, we must know about the privacy policy and securities to be taken by the issuers, and the users will get the security and the protection from the internet authorities. So, all the users must aware about the privacy and security of the electronic payment system. Here, what is the digital security that is to be studied in this topic? The digital security refers to the policies and procedures and the technical measures, and to prevent unauthorized access, alteration, sometimes it is a theft or physical damage to information system. That is about the digital security. What are the basic objectives of this information security? That is the basic objective security, that is the information security, is the protection of interest of those persons involved in the online payment system. We already discussed who are the participants involved in the online payment system. There must be 6 or above participants included in the online payment system. These persons' interest is to be protected or give security through the digital way. Thus, the main objective of information security can be stated as 3. What are they? Availability, confidentiality and the integrity. First, we will discuss about the availability objective. The information should be available and usable whenever the users it is required. That is the first objective. The availability is an important one. If the users does not reach the data or the information, the users does not encourage to use these types of online payment. So, the first objective, that is the availability object. Information should be available and usable whenever the users is required. And the second objective, that is the confidentiality objectives. all the information, that is the financial information included in the online payment, it will give a nature of confidentiality. That is an important one. So, this objective states that information should be available to only those who have in the right to access it. If the users does not have the right to access and the third parties can access the data, it will badly affect and there is a chance to misuse your financial information. It is to be protected and secured by the participants involved in the online payment system. And the third objective, that is the integrity. As per this objective, information should be protected from unauthorized or the fraud persons, alteration and modification and the misuse. It is to be protected and secured by the participants of the online payment system. So, the integrity is the third objective. So, what are the three objectives of the information system? That is availability objective, confidentiality objective and the last one, the integrity objective. Information security aspects of the new electronic system. Nowadays, many more electronic system is implemented by different organization by using the internet facilities. Different apps is to be developed by the technical authorities, technical persons. This electronic payment system will be an area of increasing concerns to consumers, merchants and the financial institution and the regulators. In this context, the term information security refers to efforts to protect the electronic payment system from the relevant threats. There are different threats like the virus, worms, phishing, pharming, etc. It is to be protected. That is the word we mean information security. So, give an effort to protect the electronic payment system from the relevant threats. This is an important function of the participants who are involved in the electronic payment. Today, the security issues that threaten electronic payment system are changing quickly because the technically skilled or able persons have misleading by different organization to stall or take the information, that is the financial information, by using these technically skilled persons by different business organization, that is the fraud business organization. The most common threats include the virus, worms and Trojan horses. These are the main threats which are faced at the time of using this online payment system. So, viruses are spread via email or by downloading the infected files. While we are installing or downloading different apps or different files, at that time we will attacked by the virus. Viruses are a nuisance threat that can be categorized as DOS tool. What is the meaning of DOS? That is the denial of service. That is DOS, denial of service. It is a tool due to the fact that they only disrupt the electronic communication. So, these badly affect the electronic communication by the users from one person to another. That is the threat which is get or attacked by the virus. So, while installing an app or downloading a file, the users or the consumers is attacked by the virus. The tool which is applied for giving or for attacking the virus, that is the DOS, that is denial of service tool. The main security issues are in online payment system, that is the 12 issues or the 12 security issues is to be studied by S5BA students at the time of studying for your e-commerce university examination. So, it is an important topic and you can expect a question from this information security as an essay question. So, all students must give an attention and give a serious attention to this topic. Here I want to discuss the 12 information security issues in today's class. First one, that is the computer virus. We already discussed that the virus are spread via mail or downloading a file. So, virus are the programs, it is a type of program that attach themselves to a computer or a file and then circulate themselves to other files and to other computers on a network. That is done by the virus. They circulate themselves to their files which are included in that particular computer, and it is to be spread to other computers or the other users of the network. They usually affect the data on a computer either by altering or deleting it. That is the function of the virus. That is, sometimes they alter the file which is used by the user, or it is deleted by the virus from the user's computer. A computer virus, it is a program that can copy itself and infect a computer without the permission or knowledge of the user. The user is unknown about the virus which is affected in your device, and the user's permission to enter or deleting or the altering of the file, it is not enquired by the virus. So, without the knowledge or the permission of the user, the virus is attacked the files or the informations which are included or stored in the computer. Nowadays, there are thousands of different types of computer virus and internet malicious programs. Thousands of virus, we can't count the what are the different types of virus, how many, we can't count. It is unlimited virus, daily it is recurring, repeating, increasing. So, malicious software can easily attack the mobile banking payment system by taking up passwords on the web browser or any cached information on operating system. They can easily, the virus can easily affect or attack the mobile banking payment and collect the password. After getting the password by using their virus, they can easily access to the financial information which are included in the mobile banking. It will directly affect or loss of their financial, that is the user's financial background is misutilized by the fraud persons. For example, this US Trojan was used to target mobile bank users by inflicting defect SMS banking. That is the main one. Interpreting our financial institution, they will give SMS by giving different information or instructions to do this, to do that. It is given by the fraud persons by using or entering these virus into your mobile banking system. So, it will indirectly give the information, that is the confidential information by the user to the fraud persons. By misutilizing these financial information like the PIN or the password or any other confidential information which is collected by the fraud persons by using this virus. So, this is a main issue against the security of the online payment system. Then the second one, that is the worms. Computer worms is also a program like the virus. Virus is a program. Similarly, a worm is also a program, but the worms are reproducing and execute independently and travel across the network connections. That is the main drawback of the worms. Virus is only going through the networks which are used by the that particular person and the related persons. But the worms is reproducing, enhancing the volume of the virus. The key difference between the virus and the worm is the manner in which it produces and spreads. That is the nature of the difference between virus and the worms. In the case of virus, dependent upon host file or boost sector and the transfer of files between the computers to spread. That is only the virus doing. That is, it will affect the host file and boost the sector. Okay. But in the case of worms, it can execute completely, independently and spread on its own accord through network connection. Throughout the network, they can spread the virus or the attack of the virus done by the worms. So, the worms can be categorized as a special virus that is spread using direct internet connection. That is the main drawback. The worms directly attack the internet connection also. They are standalone programs that do not require a host program for activation and they spread themselves independently from computer to computer by exploiting the security vulnerabilities or configuration errors in operating systems or the applications. That is the worm's function. So, they stand alone independently and directly attack through the internet connection. It will directly affect, that is execute the virus and similarly exploiting the security vulnerabilities or the configuration errors which are included in your computer, that is the user's computer. It will directly affect the operating system and the applications which are used by the users. It is the main issue or the security against the worms. Then the third one, that is the Trojan horse. It is also an important one. It derives from a Greek mythology. The word Trojan horse is derived from a Greek mythology. What is the meaning of Trojan horse? It refers to wooden horse that the Greeks used to sneak into the city of Troy and conquer it. That is the history of the word Trojan horse. It is a software field. The Trojan horse is a software field. This means an unauthorized program. It is not organized by any organization. It is an unorganized program which passively gains control over another system by representing itself as an authorized program. The users not know that it is an authorized program, but actually it is an unauthorized program. It is not aware by the users. Unknowingly, the users apply this unauthorized program like an authorized program. It is a type of malware that is often disguised as legitimate software. The users cannot identify the malpractice or the fraud behind the software. Trojan horse is a program that it is like a software program that appears harmless, cannot identify the harms included in the software, but it is in fact it is a malicious one. The most common form of installing a Trojan through a email. So, it will affect through the email. This program may seem to be useful by the users or the society or the public, but in fact does something harmful to the computer system without the user's knowledge or the permission, like a game or a screensaver. So, the Trojan horse is attacked through the email or while applying an app related to a game, or we will select a screensaver from the Google. At that time it will affect the Trojan horse. So, it is a type of software program. It will attack the computer system in a very bad way. In the first appearance, it is very useful to the users, but behind that there is a big or huge quantity of harm included in the Trojan horse. Once activated, Trojans can enable a cyber criminal to spy or steal sensitive data which are used by the computers or the users and gain backdoor access to system. That is the function of the Trojan horse. They can enable the cyber criminals to spy or steal the sensitive data which are used by the users and access through the backdoors. These actions include deleting data, blocking data, modifying the data, copying data and disrupting the performance of the computers or the computer networks. It will the side effect of the attacking of these host Trojan hosts. What are they? It will affect delete the data, blocking the data, modifying the data, copying the data and disrupting the performance of the computer and the computer network also. So, as the result of the attack of these Trojan hosts, hackers are able to take complete control of the computer without the knowledge of the users. That is the main drawback. It will affect the security and the protection of the users. Then the hackers can access and delete all files and send emails and run program on behalf of the user. Without the knowledge of the users, the Trojan horse act as a user. They will send the emails and run the program, but the user does not know about the third person is acting for the user. That is the main one. The methods for dealing with the Trojans are generally the same as for those for dealing with a virus. So, most virus scanners attempt to deal with the some of the common Trojans with varying degrees of success. So, this is about the Trojan horse. And the fourth one, that is hacking. Hacking is also an unauthorized program or unauthorized intrusion, that is encroachment or displacement. So, hacking is an unauthorized intrusion into a computer or a network. So, hacking is identifying the weakness in the computer system or networks to exploit its weakness to gain access. That is the main function of the hacker. So, hacking is the identifying the weakness in computer system. They will attack where there is a weakness. Or networks, there is weakness in your network, they will attack by the hackers. So, hacking is identifying the weakness in computer systems or networks, exploit its weakness to gain access. Then we must discuss about who is a hacker. The hacker, the person engaged in hacking activities is generally known as the hacker. Who are the persons who are encouraging the activities to do the hacking system? That person is also known as a hacker. In other words, a hacker is a person who gain unauthorized access to a computer network for profit or criminal mischief or personal pleasure. So, these are the gain or the goal of the hacker. Sometimes it is for taking the financial benefit, that is a profit, or criminal background of that particular hacker, or it is only hobby or personal pleasure. Some abnormal persons, brilliant person, technically qualified persons use or act as a hacker. So, we already discussed what is hacking and who is the hacker. Then hackers put their mischievous programs in the network and consequently it starts a program some hidden functions which may cause serious damage to the information which are stored in your computer systems. Sometimes it is a desktop computer, a laptop or high-edge smartphones. Where there is any weakness in the computer system or the internet connection, that weakness is misutilized by the hackers for hacking. There are two types of hackers, that is white hat hackers and black hat hackers. So, these are the two types of hackers are influencing or mischief our financial informations. So, many hackers break into system just for challenge or personal pleasure, that is the abnormal person, a type of abnormal persons doing the function for their challenge or the personal pleasure. These types of hackers are called white hat hackers. So, who are the white hat hackers? They are doing the hacking function or break the system for their challenge or for the personal pleasure. And the second types, that is the black hat hackers, these are the illegal person. Hackers help many companies once they find vulnerable with their computer system, that is the white hat hackers. Instead of that, the black hat hackers, that is illegal hackers, they are legally an unauthorized person. These illegal hackers, they frequently assault the internet and other networks to steal or damage data and programs that are the functions or the operations done by the black hat hackers. What are they? They frequently assault in the internet and other networks to steal or damage data and the programs. Certain programs created by the hackers makes false requests for lot of information simultaneously from web server with the aim to crash the network to the users. The users unknowingly enter or access to these trap. This kind of offense is normally referred as hacking in the generic sense. But generally we would use the word hacking for unauthorized access to computer system or network. So, we must concentrate or give attention more in the case of black hat hackers. But in the case of white hat hackers, they are psychologically is a interrupted person, abnormal person. So, white hat hackers, there is a habit of getting a pleasure or challenge to themselves to attack others as a game. But in the case of black hat hackers, they knowingly doing the illegal activities. That is the difference between white hat hackers and the black hat hackers. The fifth one, that is the fifth digital security issue, that is the DOS, that is denial of service attack. As a common method, it is doing the same function that it is used to disrupt the security of the e-payment systems, online payment systems, is a denial of service tool and attack that involves the hackers placing software agents onto a number of third-party systems and simultaneously send a request to an intended target. So, they are giving a false messages to the users or the internet users. That is the function or the operation done by the DOS attack. By doing this, they attempt to make computer resources unavailable to its real users. They does not get or reach the apps or the downloaded files. The DOS attacks typically target sites or services hosted on web servers web servers such as banks or credit card payment gateways. These are the two sections which are attacked by DOS attacks. What are they? That is the web servers of financial institution, either it may be a nationalized bank or the scheduled bank or any other financial institution which is issuing these online payment systems. Similarly, it will affect the credit card, debit card, smart card also. That is the payment gateways. The illegitimate use involves the use of information by unauthorized persons, that is the illegal persons, or for the unauthorized purpose, that is the illegal purpose, to steal or theft the financial instruments or financial information. So, this is the drawback of the or it is the issue against the security of the online payment system by attacking through the DOS, that is denial of service. And the sixth one, that is the sixth issue, that is the phishing. So, phishing in the same way, it is a method used to solicit personal information by posing as a trustworthy organization. It acts as a trustworthy organization, but they doing the illegal operations, but look like a trustworthy organization. The structure is, for the outsiders, look like a trustworthy organization, but the operations done by that particular organization, it is an illegal one. So, in recent years, phishing have been used for online identity theft information. We already discussed the identity theft information. These identity theft information is encouraged or it is enhanced by the phishing system or phishing method. So, phishing attacks use email or malicious website to solicit personal information. They collect or they access the personal information which are embossed or which are entered in an encrypted way while using these online payment systems. Usually the attacker sends an email seemingly from an reputable credit card company or financial institution that requests account information, often suggesting that there is a problem. At that time, they will indirectly affect the phishing. When users respond with the requested information, attackers can use it to gain access to the accounts. While the users responding to the information or the message which is unauthorizedly given by the financial institution, the reply or the response of the user is utilized by the phishing attackers to access the financial information or the personal information which are given at the time of taking the online payment system. So, this is the function of the phishing attack. Then the next one, that is the seventh issue, that is the pharming. So, what is the meaning of a pharming? It is also a type of a fraud. Phishing is also a type of fraud that involves diverting the client internet connection to counterfeit the website, so that even when he enters the correct address into his browser, that is the main one, they directly enter into the user's address, and pharming can be ends upon the forged site. So, that is the function done by the pharming. It is a type of fraud that involves diverting the client. It will divert the client into another way, that is by using their internet connection to a counterfeit the website, directly enter into the counterfeit website, so that what is the reaction of the user when he enters the correct address into his browser, he ends up on the forged site. He will goes to enter into a forged site. So the pharming can be conducted either by changing the host file on a victim's computer or by the exploitation of a vulnerable in DNS server software. What is the meaning of DNS? That is domain name system. So they will attack directly into the host file by using this pharming, and directly goes to the victim's computer programs and to exploit the vulnerability the server systems which are included in the software. Okay. So this is about the pharming. Then the next one, that is the spyware. What is the meaning of a spyware? Spyware is a technology, advanced technology is used by the technologically skilled persons for misutilizing the internal or the external information which is used by the users for the online payment system. So spyware is a technology that is used in collecting information about a person or organization without their knowledge. That is the main operation of a spyware. They will collect all the information about the person or the organization who are using this online payment system. So for this, they will apply a special software that collect information about the use of a computer, usually without the knowledge of the owner of the computer. And the collected information is passes through across the internet to a third party location. That is the operation or the function made by using the spyware. So first of all, the spyware, by using a technology, they will collect all the financial information related to a person or a business organization, and it will transfer to third parties by using the internet facilities. So spyware is actually a type of malware or malicious software that collect information from a computing system without users' consent. They does not require the permission of the user to enter into the personal information and the financial information which are used by the user for their online payment. So spyware can get in a computer as a software virus or as a result of installing a new program. That is the two way which is applied by the spyware. That is by using a software virus or installing a new program. So spyware is often introduced to users system embedded within another software package such as file sharing application, an instant messenger, or another network dependent program. So when the user installs that particular package which is installed, which are fixed by the spyware operators, that package, the spyware is installed as well as the starts gathering and sending personal information in one form or another. While the user installing that special software, that is the spyware attacked software, at that time onwards, the hackers or the users of spywares collect the personal information and financial information and spread to third parties by using the internet facilities. Thus, spyware can capture keystrokes, screenshots, authentication credentials, personal email address, web form data, internet usage habits, and other personal information. These are the fields attacked by the spyware. What are they? Keystrokes, screenshots, authentication, credentials, personal email address, web form data, internet usage habits of the users, and other personal informations which are required or which are given by the user while taking the online payment system. These data are often delivered to online attackers who sell it to other or the interested persons or use it themselves for making or spam to execute the financial crimes or identity theft. For this purpose, that is for using to themselves or to sharing to others, the spywares collect the information. And what are the functions done by the spyware? They sell it to others, to the third parties, or use themselves for making or spam or to execute the financial information to the criminals or making a identity theft. So, spyware tracks online activity looking for the websites visited for financial data or identity data such as a credit card or debit card numbers on screen or entered into form fields or browsing and online purchasing habits and the authentication credentials. At that time, the spyware is attacked the users. When the keywords of interest like names of the banks, online payment systems or pornographic websites are observed, the spyware starts its data collection process. So, before the attacking by the spywares, they will concentrate, give monetization for the who are the names or the users bank names, branches, online payment systems they are regularly using, and the pornographic websites which are observed by the spywares, and starts the data collection. Then the spyware can cause people to lose trust in the reliability of the online business transaction or the issuer issuing financial institution or the merchants who are doing the e-commerce transaction. And reliability of the online business transaction, it is very much badly affected, and it undermines the confidence in online economic activity. They will discourage the society to doing the online payment system and the e-commerce transactions. So, consumers may not be ready to engage in online monetary transactions for fear of personal loss, that is the personal financial information. It is feared by the society or the public while using this online payment system or entering or accessing into the e-commerce transaction. So, vendors also lose the confidence because he is not sure whether the person making the purchase is a genuine customer or not. Sometimes the hackers will act as a customer also. It will badly affect the merchant's financial information. So, it will be feared by the merchants also. They does not interested to motivate the e-commerce transactions, or they fear about to enter into the e-commerce business. So, vendors and the financial institution often implement additional verification, other loss prevention programs at increased operational cost. So, the financial institutions and the merchants must implement, must download, must install different verification or the security apps to protect themselves and the users of their issuing financial instrument. For this purpose, they must implement or install a verified or the security given applications. Even when financial organizations cover an individual's loss from online fraud, these additional costs finally pass back to the consumers, does not bear by the financial institution or the merchants. It is finally bared by the consumers who are the users or who are the customers. They will give the high cost which are implemented or charged by the financial institution or the merchants. It is finally passed back to the consumers in the form of higher service fees or the interest rates or the other price increase on the goods and service consumed. Finally, it is add on to the cost of the products and it is included in the total cost which the customer or the consumer paid for that particular product or the service. Final charge is met by the customer of that particular product. So, as a result, a growth rates in e-commerce are slowed, cost of the e-commerce transaction is increased and the demand for the products and demand for the e-commerce business is reduced by the attack of the spyware. So, this is an important goal of the spyware attackers to decrease the or it will badly affect the e-commerce business and the cost of the products is to be increased by applying the security authentication and it will indirectly affect the demand of the product. So, in today's class I can explain the only 8 issues which are affected directly to the security of the online payment system. There are 4 points to be discussed. I think it can discuss in another session. Okay. So, I wind up my class after discussing the 8 security issues. I think all students can follow my class and know about the attacks. It is an important point or important topic to be known by the youngsters while using your regular use of this online payment on online system. These are the cyber criminals which are done by the hackers or the misusers or malpractitioners which are highly technically qualified persons. It is to be known you must give an awareness about these attacks. Why? What is the reason? Because the youngsters is more or mostly engaged or entered into these online payments and online purchasing. They does not aware about these virus attacks or the security problems. So, all students must know about for your personal life to know about these cyber criminals and it is to be applicable in your daily life also and in the exam point of view also it is an important topic. So, all students must study about today's topic, give more attention and more serious attitude to today's topic. So, I sign out from today's class. Okay, thank you.